GcMAF will save 120,000 lives from cancer in the NHS every year. GcMAF is a safe, natural human protein and therefore a human right. GcMAF has no side effects, is 1% the cost of chemotherapy, which is £40,000 around, and is 40 times as powerful. Those of you who thought the treatment for cancer was in the human body all along were quite correct. GcMAF was discovered by scientists in the human body in the 1980s. Parliament has killed 2 million people by allowing their agencies to conceal GcMAF for 25 years. What does the GcMAF molecule look like? This is a peer-reviewed scientific research paper we published in the journal Nutrients in conjunction with our research partners, the University of Florence in Italy. It says GcMAF causes cancer cells to commit suicide and stimulates macrophages to eat cancer cells. GcMAF has 9 attacks on cancer and 21 attacks on disease. This is a representation of 2 GcMAF molecules, showing they have 23 amino acid similarities with the vitamin D receptor molecule, with which it can combine for further attacks on disease. This paper is in the top 5% most read of all scientific research papers. There are 150 peer-reviewed scientific research papers in the world's top scientific journals on GcMAF, and half of them have made it through to the American National Library of Medicine, or PubMed. GcMAF is successful with all tumour cancers, which is 90% of cancer. Here are just 3 of the 150 scientific research papers. This one is in the journal Neoplasia 2003. It's by 7 cancer research institutes from 3 nations. It lists 6 attacks GcMAF has on cancer, more than any other molecule. This scientific paper is in the Journal of Surgical Research in 2010. It's by 5 of Japan's top cancer research institutes, including the prestigious Atomic Bomb Biomedical Science Institute of Nagasaki University, where we dropped the atomic bomb. And it says GcMAF reduces liver cancer tumours by 90% in 3 weeks in mice. This picture is on page 4. It shows liver cancer tumours before and after treatment by GcMAF. It says GcMAF has anti-angiogenic activity. Cancer tumours cannot grow above 1 millimetre in size, and it kills tumours with apoptosis, which is suicide. We wrote 33 scientific research papers, mostly on patients' results, usually in conjunction with the University of Florence, Italy. So this is one of our papers, and it's published in the world's top cancer journal, Anti-Cancer Research. It describes how 40 patients received tumour reductions of 25% in the first week in our clinics. We saved 75% of terminal stage 4 cancer patients in our clinics, and we do have 9,000 fabulous results. Here are 3 interesting cases from the 9,000. GcMAF takes a pancreatic cancer patient with 1 or 2 weeks to live. Even the whites of their eyes and their whole body can be yellow, because the liver and kidneys have packed up. And in 3 months, they have no sign of the disease. GcMAF really is the treatment for pancreatic cancer. It's exactly as predicted in the journal Neoplasia 2003, and in the journal Pancreas in 2004. Our patient Terry Davis Newman had HGSC peritoneal ovarian cancer. There have never been any survivors. Her doctors told her she would die in November 2016. But instead she took GcMAF. She made a 6-minute video on YouTube. 3 years later, she's fit and well. And we have a worldwide first with turning off an oncogene. An oncogene is a mutated gene that pours cancer into your body for the rest of your short life. Never in history has one been turned off. 20% of women with breast cancer have the HER2 oncogene. Careggi Hospital in Florence, Italy, told a patient she was suffering terminal stage 4. The breast cancer had gone into the pectoral muscle and was inoperable. Furthermore, she had the HER2 oncogene and her life was over in 2014. She went to our clinic in Lausanne and had our Goleg, which is GcMAF with olive oil in it, for 3 weeks and returned to Careggi Hospital. The surgeons were astonished. The tumour had shrunk and was surrounded by pus, which is normal for GcMAF. They simply plucked it out. They biopsied her for the HER2 oncogene again and were amazed to find it had been turned off. 4 of their professionals signed the results into their archives, and we wrote 3 scientific research papers about it. The first published at the conference by Anti-Cancer Research in 2014 in Greece. All our research papers are on www.gcmaf.se, our website. She had gone from close to death as a HER2 terminal stage 4 to completely cancer-free in 4 weeks flat. Today, 5 years later in 2019, she's still cancer-free and as fit as a fiddle. There is a climate of fear for small companies with new treatments. For 25 years, Parliament has backed the big pharmaceutical corporations and the MHRA, the Medicines and Healthcare Regulatory Agency, to deny access to natural treatments like GcMAF for the British people. It's all about profit. Big Pharma take $200 billion from the poison of chemotherapy, and they don't want any competition. 10 staff from Immunobiotech Limited are now being prosecuted by the MHRA, which has Big Pharma directors on its board. They asked for a 26-year sentence for David Noakes for a minor regulatory breach. A double murderer's sentence for saving lives. This is the EU dictatorship of the UK. No wonder new treatments can't get off the ground. The MHRA kills 200,000 English people a year by licensing pharmaceutical chemical drugs that kill. Opioids, Avandia and Vioxx killed 450,000. And by denying the public safe natural treatments like vitamin B17, cannabis and GcMAF. Please see www.mhracorrupt.st and please click Parliament Guilty and send the 2 letters at the bottom of the page. The aim is to get GcMAF into the NHS, where it will save 120,000 lives a year. I'm David Noakes. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.